Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is the Wheel of Fortune. Not only do we get the Wheel of Fortune, we also get my cat scratching at the studio door. The door is open. She just likes to scratch at it anyway. I'm not really sure why. So she'll be here in a moment, I'm sure. We're going to do the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. Already a lot of really strong energy here. A lot of very strong energy. We got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got some court cards here. We've got some fire. Let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Now this is the card that we select at random. We're not going to look at this until the very end. We're going to set it down here. We'll put the alien on top. And hopefully at the end of the reading, that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end. Okay. So let's look around again. We've got, let's see, major and major. We've got earth, we've got air, we've got fire, we've got two kinds of water. We've got more air, fire, and more water. So it seems like there's a lot of water going on, yeah? Which is good, because I think that with this Jupiter energy, this is amazing. This is something that we're really going to have to be aware of how we feel about this, because this is really a significant thing. I think that you've always had a sense of your own destiny. You know, I think you've known that great things were happening in your life at some point. You were confident, you were optimistic, you were hopeful. I feel like you never give up. You know, that you have a lot of faith. You have a lot of trust in the universe, but you also have a lot of self-reliance. You're also a very strong-willed person. You are, I think you're ambitious, but I think you're ambitious in as long as it feels right. You know, we have this water energy at the top and the bottom of the path of the dove. So as much as this Jupiter energy and this kind of blueprint, this Six of Swords that we have, as great as this is, you're still going to check in with your feelings. You're still going to sit with it, see how it feels. You know, you're still going to trust your intuition. You're going to trust your gut, your connection with spirit. But this Jupiter energy, I mean, just look at that. I think this is the time for the Cancer energy to really shine, you know. And this is an amazing reading because, believe it or not, today is actually my birthday. And I'm wondering how many of you share this day with me. Actually, the day that you're watching this, my birthday is going to be, it would be the day before, because I filmed this, you know, the night before it's released. So anyway, it's my birthday now. It's your birthday too, right? It's this is the last few days of Cancer season, and I think it's all coming down to this. This is the grand finale for the Cancers. This is going to be a really significant event in your life, a really significant, not so much a change, but like a payoff, like a jackpot, like a real reward for all of your hard work, you know. But I don't want to give the impression that this is just something that someone had to hand you or the universe had to give this to you because you're not capable of doing it on your own. No. Here's what we see yesterday. Princess of Discs. You have always had this, I don't know if it's just a good luck, maybe. You know, the Jupiter energy can be mistaken for luck. But what I find is that it's more of a kind of a divine guidance, you know. It's more of a a support from the universe. And you've maybe always known about this or have had a sense of it. It seems like, and especially with the princess of discs here, I feel like whenever there's been some money troubles, you'll luck out at the last moment, you know. It may be as soon as you quit a job or you leave a job, you get laid off, whatever. Right when you start to get worried, the universe provides, you know. This is like, you know, you're starving for something to eat, and you'll find $1 on the sidewalk, you know. It's just random kind of stuff, but it always seems like it's luck. It seems like it's maybe strange coincidences, you know. But my point is that you've always been able to provide for yourself, for your loved ones, you know, your pets, your plants, your people. You've found a way, you know. And it's not luck. It's not luck. It's you being in tune with spirit. It's you being in harmony with the universe, with God, Goddess, deity, with source, even when you don't necessarily feel like you are. Which for Cancer, a lot of the time, at least for me, a lot of the time I don't feel so connected. You know, don't feel too in tuned. But this is one of those moments where something extraordinary is happening. And you might have to pinch yourself on this one, because this is different than just finding $1 on the sidewalk. This is something big. This is something big. And you're going to have to invoke this Six of Swords and start planning, because you need to figure out what you're going to do with this situation. I don't know if this is necessarily money or if it's an opportunity. It's something that is coming in just the nick of time. You know, you're able to push this thing through just before the deadline, and it is grand finale. It is the zenith. It is the most beautiful culmination of all of your work. And it's not luck. It's hard work with some divine assistance, you know, with some harmony and resonance from the universe. I don't know if I really believe in luck, to be honest with you. But we really have to start planning of what we're going to do with this. So with this money, opportunity, with this jackpot, whatever this is, you're going to have to utilize it properly. You're going to have to put it into the right things, take full advantage of it, and not squander it, not let it pass you by, right? I think sometimes with Cancer, and you may have experienced this before, but we'll have an opportunity like this. We'll have something that, man, this could be our shot. This could be it. But we struggle with how we feel. We struggle with, well, I don't know which one to go to first. We'll go with the Queen of Cups first. We struggle with a lot of very deep and complex emotions, right? We struggle with a lot of personal history. There's a real depth to you. You know, you're not just the surface of things. It goes really, really deep for you. So I think some of this is an unconscious, and it's kind of like that. I'm sure we've all seen that graphic of the ego, or the conscious mind, is the little tip of the iceberg, and then the subconscious or unconscious is the rest of the iceberg down beneath the water, right? I think that describes Cancer very well. I think for Cancer, the surface is a very small part of what there is, you know. And I think there's a lot going on underneath everything that we do have to deal with. Okay, and we can't go into what those things are. It's doubt, it's fear, it's regret, it is uncertainty, it's anxiety. It's just all of these things that, to be honest with you, push us a little bit in this hermit direction. Now, this is what we don't want. Or, well, maybe in this case, this is what we want, but it's what we don't need, you know? And this is isolation. This is turning away from the opportunity, right? It's a shying away from the spotlight kind of thing. And I wonder if this Jupiter energy, this Wheel of Fortune, is kind of like the stage. If it is kind of the center, the spotlight, the limelight for you. And there's some trepidation. There's the Princess of Cups as well. So it's not just about our unconscious, our personal history, our past, our issues, the depth of emotion, but it's also about the kind of the stage fright a little bit. But it's more than that. It's us kind of not wanting to be thrust out into the center stage. You know, this is perhaps some desire for you to remain behind the scenes. Maybe you'd rather do the lighting or the sound. You don't want to be in front of the camera. You know, honestly, it's something I struggle with every day. But I feel like this is also your opportunity. And these two are connected, right? This is up above, this is down below. These two are connected. This is tip of the iceberg. This is the rest of the iceberg under the water. And this is an opportunity for us to really connect both of these and figure out how deep things go. Figure out what we are in this whole complete picture. So through an opportunity like this that might be a little bit difficult, it might be challenging, it might really, make you sweat. We've got some fire and air energy kind of clustered right over here, and this is kind of us sweating, So with this Six of Wands, we're going to conquer this. We're going to make the most. We're going to maximize the benefit. We're going to really fulfill the potential of whatever it is that this is, an opportunity. It feels like this is an opportunity for you to really shine, for you to be creative, for you to finally do what you feel you're meant to do, right? This is that one shot. This is that opportunity. And I feel like you will do it. I feel like we'll find a way to get through this water energy. And through that water energy, we're going to get to some of this fire energy, which is going to be a challenge of its own, But we are going to kind of come out of our shell a little bit, I think you're going to push yourself to do this, to take advantage of this opportunity, to go with this, to at least try, And I think as you do that, you're going to get more and more confident. You're going to get more, it's not going to become easy. Maybe it's going to become more difficult. But you're going to get more experience doing it. And some of this anxiety, some of this difficulty is going to be a real source of joy. And it's going to be fun, You're going to realize that you're good at this. And then we're going to be very thankful that we kind of took a step forward with this Princess or Page of Cups and tried something new, stepped out of our comfort zone. Yeah. Because maybe it is our own mind and emotion that is keeping us not really locked up, but keeping us from going outside of the established boundaries for ourselves, right? We know ourselves, we know what we're good at, we know where we're comfortable. We're going to kind of stay in our lane. This is our lane. Six of Swords. This is where we belong, so to speak. And this is the way that we have found to navigate these water energies here. This is the way that we have found to kind of to mediate between our conscious and unconscious mind and the depth of our souls and ourselves. We've had to establish these habits and routines and these methods and mechanisms, to deal with how we feel in ourselves and in situations, external situations, right? This makes a lot of sense to me because I am a bit, neurodivergent. This is exactly what I tend to do, day after day. But we push ourselves. We take that step forward into those uncomfortable positions because we want to continue growing. We want to connect with people. We want to connect with our creativity. And that's what this Six of Wands is all about. It's not just you conquer your fear and then you're done. It's not like a movie, You confront your fear over and over and over again, Like for me, skydiving, maybe one day, right? Maybe one day I'll confront that fear. I'll never conquer the fear of falling, I guess, or landing. I don't know what exactly it is, but you're not going to conquer that. You'll confront it as many times as you can, and each time you do, you get a little bit more confident. You get a little bit more joy out of it, But I don't think we ever fully conquer it. But what we do, and we're moving over to the path of the serpent now, what we do is start to challenge ourselves in terms of this Six of Swords, in terms of this kind of established safe behavior, interactions, this system that we've set up, right? Patterns of thinking and behaving and interacting and all that stuff. We're learning to push ourselves a little bit beyond our predetermined, prescribed, safe zones where we're comfortable, where we logically have kind of, set up our lives or ordered things so that we can remain in this very organized. Now maybe you're a very organized person. Maybe you like to have your days very well laid out, scheduled, hour by hour. Sometimes I do. I think in a lot of ways I function better when I have a routine, when I have a schedule, when I stay inside this. It's a kind of a rigid system with a Six of Swords, The key word for this card is science. Yeah. This is the science. Things have to be done exactly the same way every time. It's a schedule. It's an order. We can't deviate from this because that throws off the whole experiment, right? The whole lab's in disarray. So these are the procedures kind of that we stick to. But then as we get over here, we got a Ten of Swords. We're breaking with the procedures. We're going completely off script here, right? And it starts to feel good. It starts to be a pleasurable experience. Now, it isn't going to be right away, and I don't think we're ever going to exactly conquer this part of ourselves because it is who we are. It is part of who we are. But by embracing this Jupiter energy, by having a little bit of faith, a little bit of trust in the universe, in God, Goddess, Deity, in guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, we're going to have a different experience than we're used to. And this is really happening, okay? This is something it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awe-inspiring. Whatever this opportunity is, I don't know what else to call it. Whatever this opportunity is. Now, here's the card that says, yeah, it's not going to be easy. This is the card of resistance. This is, and resistance is good, right? Resistance, the struggle, the kind of arm wrestling with ourselves, mainly with ourselves, but with the world, with the universe, is what is going to make us stronger, right? So that we can, the more times we do this, the more times we step outside of our structure, of our, Six of Swords structure, the more times we step out of that, the less resistant it's going to be. So eventually we maybe push ourselves even further. But let's get a little bit comfortable with the first kind of phase of this, before we start really pushing too hard or adding too much weight to the bar, so to speak. So resistance is good, but I think this is you kind of wrestling with yourself about whether or not to take this opportunity, right? To accept this challenge or this gift or this reward for all of the hard work. Yeah. This could be a major position in a company that you've maybe just kind of always dreamed of joining, being part of some group that puts you in a very kind of central role. Something along these lines, yeah. This is the struggle. This is us resisting the, trying to refuse the honors, you know. But as the Hermit here says, we can't. We shouldn't, maybe shouldn't. I don't think the tarot's going to tell you can't. But this Hermit is saying, look, you may want to be hermit crab after all, but you shouldn't. You need to challenge yourself. You need to kind of resist your own natural impulse to stay home. You know, this is like, you have a very uncomfortable social situation coming up, and you're kind of looking for any excuse to not go, right? You may just not show up and not answer the phone for a week, and people will just kind of eventually leave you alone. But that doesn't do anything but keep us locked up in this Six of Swords. It keeps us here, and this is what we're trying to explore out of, you know? So it's necessary for us to challenge ourselves, I think. So as much as we're going to want to go hermit, and being the hermit crab is useful. It's good for us. It's how a lot of cancers, for some of you this may be resonating, it's how a lot of cancers consolidate their experiences. We have some sort of breakthrough or breakout moment or experience or interaction that's very intense. It's very taxing. We have to go home and rest. We have to be alone for a little bit to consolidate, to kind of recapitulate, to absorb and process all of that information, especially the emotional part of it, right? We see here top and bottom. We have to process these emotions in the situation before we're ready to kind of, turn the hermit around and go back out and do it again. And this is really no different. This is just maybe the biggest kind of challenge, the biggest social engagement that we've committed to or that we're thinking about committing to. So the hermit is it's necessary energy, but in this particular situation, I think we need to venture out and do this, right? Because this is really, it's really going to happen. And it is going to be amazing. The final card on the Path of the Serpent is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups kind of shows us what the hermit might be doing, might be responsible for. If we go full hermit here, we choose to ignore this or stay home and not answer the phone, this opportunity is going to die on the vine, just kind of like this card is, kind of dying on the vine there. And we don't want this to happen, I guess, So the Seven of Cups is basically saying, look, the fruit is right here for you to pick. It's right in front of you, and it's going to be so good. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be nutritious. It's going to be good for you. But if we don't take advantage of it, if we turn our back on it, it's not going to last forever, right? It's going to die on the vine. And then we'll really never know what it tasted like. So this shouldn't just become a regret, yeah? I think this is happening pretty quick. I think you may already be having a sense of something like this is going on. Something like this is the letter is already in the mail. They've already left you the voicemail, or you've already gotten the notice or the offer or the letter or whatever it is. the phone call. So I feel like it is on its way to you, and it has this kind of sense of urgency about it now, you know. Let's look at the mystery card. I'm curious what this is going to be. Thank you, Alien, for your assistance. And he'll stand up today to watch. I want to see this as something that we are taking full advantage of. Maybe an emperor or an empress, maybe a 6 of something, 6 of discs. 6 of cups would be useful, I think, too. But let's take a look here. We've got a 4 of wands. And the 4 of wands is a very nice card to have. This is how good it's going to be when you go out and you do something that is this intense. When you come home afterwards, this is the coming home, you know? This is coming home, and that satisfaction that you get when you've come home. That you went out and you know when you go and you work a long day outside, or just whenever you spend a lot of time away from your home base, your comfort zone. That feeling when you finally get home and you can take your shoes off, you can get into your comfortable clothes, and you can sit down, you can relax. That's the best feeling. So it's worth the effort of going out just so we can come back home. But I think that this is more than that. This is, 4 of wands. It's about manifesting your will, your creative will. And I think that when we fail to do this, it does turn into regret. Any opportunity for us to manifest, to be creative, to accomplish something, to do what we feel we are capable of. We know that we are, smart enough, strong enough, and capable enough to do something like this. But we're so just locked into our routine that we refuse. That to me seems like a waste of effort. That seems like a waste of all of this creativity. So I'm very curious what this opportunity is, and I'm curious what you're going to do with it. Okay? Let's make the absolute most of it. Let's make the best of it. Take this all the way to the top. Yeah. Because it is your destiny. It is your time, right? This is the culmination of all of your hard work, all of your studies, all of your experience, all of your knowledge, all of your difficulties, everything. This is the pinnacle of your life. This is the height of things. I think we've got to go for it, Cancer. I really do. Right now we're going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, just click on the link that's up here somewhere. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Cancer, but for every sign. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.